E cheguei, tá aqui eu. Eu vou já colocar a tela direitinho aqui pra começar. Mas a ideia da live de hoje, pra quem não viu, sei lá, no Blue Sky, onde eu falei, eu vou criar um personagem. E eu vou usar um RPG como base pra criar esse personagem. Eu vou usar o RPG Lancer, ele é sobre robô gigante. E vamos usar isso como inspiração pra criar o personagem, o piloto, né, e o robô gigante. E vai ser um pequeno experimento aqui. Eu li muito por cima o livro. E eu vou ler pra valer. Não vai ser pra valer, eu vou ler um pouco agora. Vou puxar aqui minha tela. Eu fiz essa divisão aqui, mas a gente pode trocar depois. Eu tenho aqui o PDF com o livro. Esse aqui é o PDF gratuito que você pode baixar no It. Eu vou até colocar um link depois na descrição. Devia ter colocado antes, né? Eu vou colocar depois. Link na descrição. E aqui do lado eu tenho uma tela de desenho. Então a gente tem ao mesmo tempo livro e desenho. Eu vou começando. O que eu mostro aqui, ó. Hey, Karim! I'm about to start. Just made a little layout here. I just noticed that the way that it is, I am bad at organizing my screen. Like, you can't see the chat really well over there. I think this works. This should work. Okay, I can move things around as I go. I've read very little of Lancer. I just read like a quick pass over it. I know a little bit about it just because Iris talks about it a lot. But I'm gonna go a little bit through I think the introduction is an important thing because it's gonna give me the vibe. And with the vibe I can already start to think about a character, right? So we have... It is 5016U and the galaxy is home to trillions. At the core of humanity's territory there is a golden age. But outside of this newly won utopia, the revolutionary project continues. You are a Lancer, an exceptional mech pilot among already exceptional peers, and you live in a time where the future hangs as a spinning coin at the apex of its sauce. The fall is coming, and how the coin lands is yet to be determined. For now, far now from our humble beginnings, humanity has spread out among and between the stars for thousands of years. We have set empty worlds and barren moons alight to civilization, tamed asteroids and gas giants, even built lives in the hard vacuum of space itself. We have taken root in an army of the Milky Way. Life, in its infinite diversity, thrives and expands. Okay. For some, life in this time is as a river, forever moving, with the land and time of their birth left somewhere far behind. Hey, Selena! For most, life is spent under home unknown, moon or station, linked to the rest of the homeward moon or station, linked to the rest of humanity via fantastic technologies, or isolated to the politics, stories, and histories of their own lands. The trillions that make up humanity live, for the most part, as you or I do now. Tá, acabei de começar. Tô no... introduçãozinha aqui. A troca de inglês e português aqui tá louca. I want to read the introduction to get the vibe, to know what kind of character I'm gonna draw. Connecting our worlds is blank space, an only vast and strange plane parallel to the one in which we live, pierced by blink gates that allow us to travel with speed and safety. Okay, so that's how space travel works here. Since it is massive store-bound doors, every corner of space is open to the daring. These portals are common wonders. Thousands of ships travel through them every day seeking trade, migration, travel, war, and myriad other aims. Filling the lonely void is the Omninet, a data-sharing network built of the link that connects every computer, every server, everything to everything else. The Omninet is much more than a way to send messages or a means for people in far-flung worlds to read the galaxy news. It overlays all human communications, facilitating government, industry, culture, and realms more esoteric still. Data is the new wealth, and the Omninet means that all wealth can be shared. Communism! I already know that there isn't much communism in this game. The form of the wealth is mana? Mana? I don't know what is that. Uniting the disparate nations of the human diaspora outside of the core, mana is the universal currency accepted by every market and every planet. When a galaxy's wealth of raw resources are available for exploitation, a community wealth comes from both its past and potential. The vast mass of humanity is administered by a single sprawling government. Posso fazer isso aqui? Que aqui eu sei que vai ficar no caminho. Por enquanto eu tô só lendo, eu vou fazer isso aqui. The capitalism corrupted space. No! Team Curry. The vast mass of humanity is administered by a single sprawling government, Union. The galactic hegemony. There's a single government. Yay, this always works. Luna and Mars, Mercury and Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune and Uranus, Phobos and Deimos, Io, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto. Oh my god. That sounds amazing. Titan and Enceladus. Enchilada. This word strung in their orbit around Sol are the diadem atop which Criando rests. The rest of Union's power in humanity's ancient heart. From Criando, Union controls the 3 levels of the galaxy. The Blink Gates, the Omninet, and the Mana. The 3 levers, they are transportation, communication, and wealth. Blink Gates, Omninet, and Mana. Without these 3 levers, and without Union, the galaxy would fall into chaos. Union is a new kind of utopia, a new state, communal and post-capital. Easy. For a new humanity. Union was born from the ashes and ice of the fall, the collapse that fellowed humanity, boiling Criando and withering her colonies entirely. Though it has been thousands of years since Union was founded, and thousands more since the fall, new humanity knows only one truth among 10,000 unknowns. If we are to survive, then we must come together in solidarity and mutual aid. Communism! Despite Union's conviction, and despite its successes so far, the sheer size of this collective project is daunting. Union is distant to most people, fictionalized in Omninet dramas and novels, dreamed about by children and wanderers. So it's like, good concept is not applied. I guess. Hailed as the promised kingdom or damned as the pit by religions across the galaxy. For all its authority, Union prefers to rule from a distance. Few have ever seen one of Union's administrators, let alone suffered one of its naval campaigns. For those who have never seen its flag, Union is all but a myth. For those whose skies have been darkened by Union ships, the hegemony may have brought liberty, but it brought death first. Hegemony bringing death. Who would have guessed? The galaxy remains a dangerous place outside the core. Rebellions, insurrections, piracy, wars, civil and interplanetary, continue to flare and burn their way to space. Though only the most desperate conflicts require Union's intervention, disputes between Union subject states are common enough that there's still need for militaries, militias, and mercenaries. 5 major suppliers offer arms and armor to states and entities outside the core that desire them. These manufacturers exist in delicate balance with Union. Though the administrators regulate and the suppliers comply, these two philosophies, one of post-capital utopia and the other of permanent and wild growth, rush towards an irreconcilable end. Ooh. You are one person, alive in this time of tumult and peace. A time of promise that was built on the sacrifice of those who came before and is threatened still by the heirs and old adversaries. How long do I plan to stream? I don't know. Maybe 2 hours? Like 2 hours is like 1.5, 2 hours, something like that. That's what I usually go for these kinds of streams, I think. You are a mech pilot, one of the best, a Lancer. And yours is the... Wait, did I skipped a part. You are one person, alive in this time of tumult and peace, a time of promise that was built on the sacrifice of those who came before, and is threatened still by the heirs of old adversaries. Adversaries? You are one whose life is lived in the great river, where lives cross stars and time, where one person in the right place at the right time can divert the course of history. Or the collective action of comrades can save wars, lives, and better define Union's utopian dream. Ooh, hot chocolate, nice. You are a mech pilot, one of the best, a Lancer. And yours is the story of the spinning coin at the apex of its toss. At this pivotal moment in history, what will you and your comrades do when fate, foresight, and luck, good or bad, puts you in the right place at the right time? On which side will you fail? Alright, comrades. This is a part that I've read before, the cavalry. I'm just gonna point some things that I thought about it, is that when I was thinking... Oi, oi! Boa noite! Bem-vindo! Oh, it's Aris! I saw the hola and I was like, oh, it's a Portuguese-speaking person. Hey, Aris! So this is the part that I've read before. I read this yesterday. And this is something that will define a little bit on how I think about this character. Manja pau. Cause here's the thing, like the first of all, I am bothered by how many times they have to mention that the character is human. I guess that I get that they're talking about the frailty of the character, like, oh, it's not a superhero, they're human, they have flaws, you know? There is a Flamengo shirt in Antarctica, wearing Havaianas, passing as Brazilian. I know about Beto. Dude, I don't think a lot of...
Red alert.
I don't know, cause like... I know Beto Carreiro is really big in the South, cause no one talks about Beto Carreiro here. So the thing is, where is the part here? That I was thinking about. Yeah, like the thing is, yeah, law reasons. I thought so. But here's the thing, like, even if we recognize that they're all humans, we have a line here that talks about physical augmentation. You know, transhumanism is a thing, right? we can have fun still. Okay, so here's the thing, like the pilots in Lancer, they are soldiers, mercenaries, they are trained, they are prepared, and all the kind of stuff. The initial idea I had when I was like, maybe I should make a mech pilot character. What came across my mind was like, I want to make someone who is not a pilot. You know, maybe like an athlete or something that is just eaten by the mech. That was like my initial idea, and I still like this idea. I might do something with it, or maybe don't know if with this character or something. But the idea is like it's a little bit of Bravern and Ultraman and Rio Steel together. In which the mech is its own separate sentient being, and they need to like fuse with the pilot because the pilot, being an ex-athlete or something like that, has the combat experience in hand-to-hand combat, so that the mech can fight using the experience of the pilot. That was like an idea that I had in my mind, and I might still do something with it. But I think I want to adapt it a little bit because I want to make it fit with Lancer. With what the game suggests, right? And let me put some other playlists here. I just put the I just put the Meta Warriors playlist. Come on, give me Mac games. Put a pin on Technophile talent for later. Let me write that down because I will forget it. I will read it. What's Mac games with good soundtracks? It's like Blaster Master. Does it have good music? Armored Core songs? Does Armored Core have songs? Blaster Master is like a tank, right? Ooh, I'm gonna put what's the name? Lightning Force. It's spaceship, but it fits, I guess. I love Lightning Force. Where's the fish? Here we go. Full soundtrack for Lightning Force. Oh yeah, give me the Sega Genesis just scratchy ass sound card. This game is good. Okay. All right. Let's keep going through the book here, and we're gonna think about character. Yeah, it does sound like Power Rangers. The Genesis, the Mega Drive / Genesis sound card is so scratchy. It's like it's so specific. You hear the sound and you're like, it's a Mega Drive. Like it's bad, but it does have a charm to it. Okay, let's build pilots and mechs. Let's go. What I need: 2 sorts of dice, a D20 and a D6. I will probably not be using these for now. Yeah, it's crunchy. Yeah. Lancer's best played with 3 to 6 play. Nice. The game makes use of grid-based tactical combat, so it can be helpful to have paper with square or hexagonal grids, such as graph paper or pre-prepared battle maps. Miniatures aren't necessary to play this game, but they can sometimes make combat easier to visualize. What is charging? What are you talking about? The mechanical part. We recommend all players download our free companion app, CompCon. Isn't it necessary to have the app to play the game? Oh, character generation. Okay, let me open the app here. I did not make a setup to have, like, PDF, drawing, and phone screen. So you will just, trust me that I'm doing this thing on... as a browser thing? Oh, they say download an app. They lied to me. They literally say to download the app. Okay, let me... They lie. Maybe initially it was supposed to be a downloadable app. Okay. Companion, pilot roster. Okay, let's create a new pilot. Name. Woo, that was the last one. We're not we're not doing that now. Call sign, is that the name as well? It's like a name, right? Cadet designate. Okay. Background, I'll get to that. Biography, description, image, I will get to that. Call sign is a cool nickname, yeah, alright. So my goal here is not to make a full character sheet, it's more like use the character making as an excuse to draw a character. I can make the character sheet as well, but that's not my main goal. Hey, welcome! Alright, so this is teaching about the types of roles, not very necessary for tonight. I'm a very mechanics person. Yeah. I like the art. I really like the art. Look at this thing. This thing is so cool. The little hatch on the top. Love it. Alright, let's go. License levels. I went a little bit through this first part. This is just explaining how levels work. Like how many, when you increase a level, you get new things. Reallocating points. Here's the sheet. Alright. Again, as I was saying, transhumanism. Yes, all of these characters are human, but they are very different between each other. We have a body modification in the future. Kill 6 billion demons. Alright, let's go. Now we get to the juicy part, where we can start to make a character. Let me put the drawing screen over here. Let's go. Your pilot is the person inside the machine, the character whose entire career will be playing out. Lancers are generally interesting people. If they weren't, you probably wouldn't be playing them. As you create your character, you will be able to figure out who they are and what makes them so interesting. Creating your pilot is a fairly simple process. To begin with, you just need to choose a background and 4 triggers. After that, you can figure out your pilot's other bonuses, statistics, and gear before embarking on a mission. My 4 triggers will be trigger Giovanna's theme from Guilty Gear Strive. There will be Trigun, Studio Trigger, and I need one more trigger. And the Devil Trigger from Devil May Cry. That's my 4 triggers. A Chrono Trigger can be my trigger, yeah. Hey, backgrounds, let's go. A pilot's background describes their life before they became a mech pilot. It doesn't necessarily determine your pilot's current role. Indeed, your pilot might reject their old lives, wanting nothing to do with the history, even as it affects them in the present. But it tells your GM and fellow players a bit about who they were prior to entering the machine. Think of a background as a prompt to draw on when imagining your pilot's full backstory. How did your pilot first become a soldier, a doctor, or a miner? And from there, how did they become the Lancer they are now? When creating a character, you can choose a background from the list below. Choose one randomly from the list by rolling 1d20 or just make up one yourself. Okay. I like this. I like when you can do something like, oh no, because my character has this in their backstory, I want to do this, so you get a little bonus. I like when games do this. Okay, a celebrity, a colonist, a criminal. For few team, a hacker, a mechanic, a medic, a mercenary, an NHP specialist. I will ask the university students what an NHP is. A noble, an outlaw, a penal colonist, a priest, a scientist, a soldier, a spaceborne, spec ops, super soldier, starship pilot, or worker. Non-human person. Okay. Oh, here we go. We have a descriptions for the things. Okay, I'm gonna go for the ones that the name interests me. Usually I'm not the type to do celebrities. Oh yeah, because the... Okay. Not drawing, so I don't need that right now. So celebrity is not the type of character that I often do. This is for Liz. And my friend Liz, she streams here on YouTube and on Twitch. Here I am plugging my friend. She always plays like celebrities type characters. Other things, but also any max for specific therapist. Oh, you mean the... I don't know what you talked about for a causal. Okay, let's go. Colonist? Nah. Criminal. Alright, you were a criminal, small-time master, or something in between. Did you work for corporate clients? A criminal organization? Oh no, I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, I'm gonna make a note. Alright, let's move on. Okay. Did you work for corporate clients, a criminal organization, yourself? Did you mug pedestrians in the dark underbelly of a massive city? Or did you slip, unnoticed, into corporate databases to steal data? Did you do it for personal gain or just to feed your family? How did you find yourself in this life, and how did you become a pilot? Did you operate with a code of honor? Were you loyal to a single family, a small crew, a politician, or an ideology? Did you operate in the shadows, or was your work carried out in the daylight, unafraid of consequences? There must be a reason you decided to get out. Was it a bad job? Or maybe witness protection? Are your former employers or crew still around? What connections do they have, and how do they feel about you now? What, if anything, haunts you? Oh my god, I just... the idea is hitting me right now. So, okay. Idea number 1. I'm gonna make notes here. This is gonna be my idea number 1. Here we go, numbers. Why do I do it so close to the edge? Why don't I use my space? I'm gonna use space. Goon. So, the character is a former goon. She was a goon for a villain, as the proper definition of the word should be. Just a guy, you know, just a fella with some other fellas, just gooning together, just doing crime stuff for a bigger bad guy, you know. And then the bad guy says something, and then she's like, "Hey, that's right, boss. Tell him, boss." Yeah, that's right, boss. I like this idea. Oh. And here's what happened. Right? The hideout for the boss was attacked, and the boss disappeared. No, she has like a awkward, funny laugh. Her friend, the other goon, is the one who has like the amazing, impactful, theatrical evil laugh. So here's the idea number 1, right? A goon, like a low-life criminal. I don't like that expression. She's not a low-life. Her life is worth it. You know, but she's like a lower criminal. She just worked for this crime boss. And then the boss disappeared, and a bunch of the other goons were caught by someone. And it doesn't seem like it was law enforcement or something. And she doesn't know who it was. And the boss was like not found. And she's like, what the fuck? Now I don't have a boss and other like goon co-workers? And she needs to do something for herself, and she needs to find something, right? Main motivation is find her boss, like at least initially, maybe. We have an idea here. And the reason why she pilots the mech is that because her boss had a mech. So you can even have like the mech belonged to the boss. The boss Boston. Okay, we have idea number 1. Let's keep reading, see if something else like sparks. My eyes here. Farfew Team. You were a member of a Union Farfew Team, FFT, working on the frontier and the edge of civilization to evaluate strange worlds and planetoids for anomalies, discoveries, and habitability. Have you seen the Wild Frontier? How many worlds have you traveled? Were you part of a small team or a large one? Where is your home world? This one is more vague, in a sense that it's very broad. It gives a lot of opportunities. It doesn't help narrow as much as the goon idea. But let me think here. Something must drive you to explore. Is it a gray award you seek? An Eden among stars? Was your interest in the frontier something mystical? This is fun. This is fun. This is kind of like, this is exploration stuff, which I think it's fun. All right. What cosmopolitans? A cosmopolitan is a drink. A cosmopolitan is a person who lives the majority of their life in interstellar transit and keeps their ship as their home. Interstellar travel in Lancer occurs at or near the speed of light. Existence at this relative speed necessarily means that cosmopolitan humans live outside of the course of real time. To the humans of the diaspora and the core, these cosmopolitans are almost eternal, seeming to live for generations. The histories, stories, and cultures of cosmopolitans are separate from the bulk of humanity, their lives defined in relation and contrast to the windows of time they witness when they drop out of any light. To observers, the cosmopolitan life might seem lonely or ahistorical, but cosmopolitans have a rich and storied histories, shared culture, and a vision of humanity as a whole that few others have access to or the ability to witness. Alright. Interesting. Oh, your character and Selena's are cosmopolitans. Alright. People who live in light speed. Alright, let's go. Hacker. Pass. Mechanic. Grease Monkey. Wrench. Working Joe. You were a mechanic prior to becoming a pilot. Did you work in space? Swallow in a... Rig. Patching up damaged starships. Or your planet side. Tuning trucks and haulers in a motor pool. Did you repair battle-torn mechs? Dreaming that you might one day pilot your own. Did you wanna go? Mechanics is fun. Now what did I wanna do for this one? I wanna make something more funny. Medic, pass. Mercenary, pass. I'm just like, if the name doesn't spark me as something that like, oh yes, I want my character to be this, then I'm passing. Let's go, an HP specialist. You were closely involved in the study, creation, or maintenance of a prime non-human person. Non-human persons, or NHPs, are complex artificial intelligence. As a prime NHP, the one you were associated with was even more complex than the most. Did you interact with that entity, like a scientist or engineer, or more like a priest or shaman? Do you have a personal connection to them after all this time? How do clones of the NHP perceive you? And how, now that you're a pilot, how do you feel about non-human intelligence? What's the name of the... I can search here. That movie? You know that one? There's a movie like a guy makes an artificial human and it's horny as fuck. It's so horny. It's like not a gray movie, but it's incredibly horny. Splice. Okay, let me come back here. Noble best. Outlaw, I think. Nah, this would be more like the cowboy thing, which I really like. I like the space cowboy thing. I love Trigun. It's one of my favorite medias ever. No, for this time I don't want to do a space cowboy. Penal colonist. What is this? A long time ago, you were exiled to a penal colony for a sentence of hard labor when the Third Committee abolished all penal colonies. Your prison planet was in theory liberated. A pirate too. Yeah. Nah, no, not what I want to do right now. Unfortunately, nothing much changed until Union's relief ships finally arrived. You're Australian? Penal colonies were harsh and forgiving environments. Was yours monitored by some authority, or is it relegated to anarchy even before Union's abolition of the society there? Let me... Do you have friends or enemies here? And did any of them make it forward? What about your family? Did you have one before your sentence? What has become of them? Do you not know? Priest. Pass. Scientist. Pass. Soldier. Take your goon idea, they got into prison, but when they got out, their old gang and boss were gone, vanishing of... Ooh, that is a good one. Yeah, I'm aware that they are suggestions, but it's like, I'm looking at them as sources of ideas. For example, I saw the criminal, and I was like, how would I make a criminal character in a mech setting? And then I was like, I want to make a goon. that's the vibe with it. Right, so it's like thinking scientist, and I think, would I like to make a scientist character in this kind of setting? And I think no. and then I move on. That's what the pass means, you know? Soldier, boring. Spaceborn. Space. You grew up on a space station, in tight quarters in a small community, surrounded and ways by an unforgiving hard vacuum of space. Were resources scarce or plentiful? What was your station isolated? Was it a local or galactic hub? This gives me Gundam vibes. A zip parked in the endless night of deep space, or in orbit above a planet, moon, or another stellar body. Spaceborne. No two stations are alike. Did you grow up watching great ships dock and depart, exposed to the thousands of languages and cultures in the galaxy, dreaming of exploration? Or did you grow up in dark, rocky halls, ignorant of the galaxy outside? Stream issues? Oh no, on my end is okay. On my end things should be stable. Spec Ops, The Line, the game that traumatizes people. I might have been inspired assassin. I don't want military. I don't want my character to be military. As much as like mech stuff tends to go in a military direction, I don't want to make a military character. Super Soldier. You are the result of corporate state project intended to create better soldiers using biological enhancement, gene therapy, neurological enhancement, or even just extreme conditioning. Were you raised from birth to become what you are, or did you volunteer as an adult for a super soldier program? Are you one of the countless super soldiers to be produced by Harrison Armory's facsimile cloning programs? Was the project sanctioned or not? Did it succeed? Have you tested your abilities in the field, or are you unproven and eager to see what you can do? I kind of want to make something with cloning now on the background, because it has been mentioned a couple times, and I'm like, I kind of want to make something with cloning. Create the ultimate goon. You know, putting those themes together, like a super soldier program, goons, and cloning, that is just the Clone Wars. That is just the clone troopers. Clone troopers are like scientifically made to be goons. They are the ultimate goon project. Starship pilot, I like pilots. Yeah, Spartans from Halo, goons. You flew a starship, civilian, corporate, military, or otherwise. You may have piloted a freighter, a fighter, a shuttle, a larger ship. Goon with the clone! With George Clooney! I went to starship pilot and then she went for the military. Ron knows why. Knows how many time ago and became a smuggler. Pilot is fun. Pilot is nice. Worker. It's like, let me make a character in this fantastical sci-fi world. Oh, what is the background? They're a worker. They worked in a call center probably. At the end of the day, Empire only functions when labor clocks in. Labor mines the raw materials. Labor fashions stone and metal and organic matter into bolts and screws and glue. I think it's funny that Starship Pilot is a thing, but not just regular crew person or some such. Again, Lancer is a setting has space fighters. Yeah. Triggers. I wanna just be a trigger with a brutish impulse. You can't go in without labor, yeah, that's right. As a character center in the story, your pilot will have moments when their background, training, and personality shine through. What about their pilot's triggers? Oh yeah, I think I've seen this one superficially. And this is again a style of game design that I enjoy. Like you make a short sentence as a skill, right? As an ability. You can be like, oh, my thing is gonna be something like no stone left unturned. And like my character is investigative, you know? Inquisitive. They're gonna search things and investigate thoroughly. And you describe it with a sentence. And that's an ability. Lancer Space Combat be like, here's a ship with 2 Death Star laser level super lasers. You are a pilot and a fighter. Yay! I mean, historically, the fighters have destroyed the Death Star twice. No Stone Unturned is the trigger name I use for TS. Oh! You see, we have the thinking. We thunked the same sock. To be fair, you can also have a Death Star laser in a mech. I guess that's called Zeus. Sky Arsenal Double A Zeus something. I forgot the whole name. What's the entire name? It's the Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus Sky Thunder. This is the best fucking name for anything ever made. Look at this fucking thing. Let me put on a thing, cause I'm using Edge just because Microsoft Edge is really good for PDF reading. But I don't have anything customized on Edge. Let me put a thing here. You're edging where you're going. I don't think the stream was ever monetized. I think that's kind of like the magic of doing streams on YouTube where I don't care about money and work and that kind of stuff. I'm just streaming because I like streaming, you know? Look at this fucking shit. I love this shit. Where's the sound? Okay. Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus Sky Thunder is such a good name. I love it. I love it. Let's go. The feeling when you're a Calendula class battlecruiser captain about to tear a reactor in half, but you get to shoot your twin super weapons on turn 2. See, I am. These are words. Okay. I wasn't sure for a mech name, but now I'm stealing Divine Arsenal or Star Slayer. Super Star Slayer, yes. No, but like Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus Sky Thunder is, I don't know, it's too powerful. Eventually, maybe. I think like there are two name conventions that I really love. One of them is something like Zeus that is just so elaborate, it's just so full of words. And the other one is just when it's just a name. Like what's the name of your mech? And it's just something like this one is the puncture. Like it's one word. And this one word makes you think of what this thing does. And you're like, the puncture. Okay. Sure. Binding rune betrays the song of evil. Such, yes. Word soup. Okay. Let's go back to Lightning Force music. Alright, triggers. Example triggers. Yeah, nice. I want character IDs for now. So yeah, character is a background, triggers, Combat statistics and gear. This is such a cool illustration. I love this one. This is so cool. I can't do this kind of shit. Like, you ask me to draw mechanical parts, I feel pain. Why does he have to have toes though? I mean, more power to you, but mech feet. Okay. I have an idea. Like, if you are fine with me just doodling and sketching and not being very accurate to the mechanical parts, I can do it. I will do it, but like detailed mechanical parts, not my thing. Like, do I have it here? Let me see if I have it here. Do I not have my own game? Do I not have my own game here? I don't. I need to download my own game. Like, yeah, I'm gonna draw a robot. I just... person with lines and a booty. Yeah, I've barely ever done mechanical stuff. I've done... what's the name? Hey, Farin! For Heat, I've drawn some like space adventure stuff for Heat, and it was a challenge. I drew a spaceship. I drew like this alien power armor and some other stuff, but that's kind of like, as far as it goes. I don't draw much of like, and even like, oh yeah, draw a spaceship. Yeah, I'm gonna make it look like an animal. I'm gonna make it look like a monster. I'm gonna make it fleshy, you know. That's what happens when you ask me to draw machinery. I'm like, I'm gonna make it look like a monster. I'm gonna make it look like a huge whale. A filter whale. I'm proud of this drawing. This drawing was very challenging. I make it look like, you know, I wanted a shrimp looking mantis kind of nice. Yes. Yeah, like, you want to draw a spaceship? Draw a sea animal. I'm proud of this one as well. This is just an alien sci-fi battle armor. This was fun to draw. Again, like, not a lot of mechanical bits, right? Like, the mechanical bits is now my thing. Like, first of all, because I don't have a lot of repertoire with that. I don't have a lot of practice with that. But also, like, I don't have the patience to have practice with that. That is an important thing. Okay, let's... I have an idea for my pilot, alright? I have an idea for my pilot, right? Let's go here. And yeah, let's go with The goon character, center of a story right now. They were arrested. They spent some time as a prisoner. Because I really like Iris's idea. As they were released, they tried to find their boss, their boss, their boss, and the crew, and they are gone. They disappeared, left no traces, but they left stuff behind, and among the stuff is the boss's resources and their mech. Yeah, they didn't spill the beans for the boss. You can't make me talk. You're not my boss. I am probably just making the worst accent. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm walking in here. Alright, let's go. Just mixed the toot toot. Yes, 100% yes. And I'm gonna say that this goon finds out that they were actually a part of a failed project. Oh my god, the story is coming together. They were part of a failed project to make soldiers, goons. She was one of many clones, but the project was discontinued. And the clones were just scattered around the galaxy. She is one of many made-to-order goons that were discontinued. Oh. That's why she's so... It's so natural to be a goon. She was made to be a goon, and then it comes to a personal dilemma. Like, do I want to be a goon because they made me to be a goon, or do I want to be a goon because I love my boss? What if they're clones of the boss itself and she doesn't look like the boss because the boss was heavily modded? You know, she never realized that she was a clone because the other one uses like a little beret, and the other one uses like a wool cap, like a wool hat, right? They have different hats, so they're not the same person. But then they took the hats off, and it's like, shit, you do look like me. Okay, I like this idea. I'm into it. What if they are clones of the boss itself? That is a maybe. Okay, let me start thinking visually. At some point I had the idea of playing a noble in the game with Selena and joked that anytime they die it would turn out that on the day one of the retainers fell into the map. That would be a funny thing. So what kind of goon is her? Because we have the goon genders. Let's talk about the goon genders, right? The goon genders, you have the muscle, The muscle is the one who cracks the knuckles. And says, yeah, it's the white goon, right? The muscle is big. It's usually not that strong, but it's big. Cracks knuckles. Says something, says few words, but it's like, yeah, boss, you got it, boss. The white goon. You have the shrimp goon. The smaller one with the voice like this, right, boss? They talk like this. And they talk a lot more than the white goon. Like Wreck-It Ralph, yes. Ralph has the white goon body. He's not a goon. He is his own bad guy, right? But he has the type. You have the muscle, you have the shrimp. What other kind of goons do we have? Like, these are the two main ones, but you also have like some variations. Goon Coda, just give him a You have the suave goon, yeah, the one that like they act like they're really hot and they are really fancy. They're not. And their suit is like, it was a discount, right? Or like the competent and kind of nice goon archetype. Yeah, the suave goon is the slick one. It's usually the one that takes the front, right? Is the suave goon, right? And they usually don't like to dirty their hands, and when they do, they immediately act disgusted. Like they punch a guy and then they grab a napkin and clean their hand and like... These are three very common types of goons, I would say. The fail goon, everyone can be a fail goon. I don't feel like that is very specific to like one type, because these three, they are usually like not only behavior, but they are also like a body type. You know, they represent an archetype in itself. I'm thinking I want to make a suave goon. I think I'm gonna go with a suave goon. You know, she's a little fancy pants, you know? Or at least she pretends to be a little fancy pants. The old goon, he's been around. It's not his first time. I love what we have done with this live stream. YouTube has not cut me off yet, so that's the good stuff. Knows the best gooning methods, being on the edge. Oh, the old goon is the one that knows people in law enforcement. Yeah. So I'm thinking, I want a suave goon. Let me put things in different layers. What am I? A savage? Oh, hey, Johnny. How's your wife doing? Does she have a kind of offensive Italian? I can't do that one. No. I'm not doing that one. I think we've had enough of the Italian one. I like the New Yorker one. So she has the suave posture, you know, she's a little lazy dirtbag, you know? Ooh. And maybe, like, a lot of the other clones, um, like, were made to represent different, like, archetypes. And, no, don't worry, it's still getting to the shoulders. And, the other clones are, like, just different archetypes. So, they look incredibly similar when you stop to think about it, but if you don't think about it, because they act similar, like they act different and they have different postures and stuff, they feel like different people. Oh my god, am I doing Kengan Omega? Ooh, I had an idea. So Kengan Omega is a Omega, I don't know how it's pronunciation. Is a martial arts comic. And I'm gonna give big spoilers if you haven't seen like Kengan Ashura. If you want to see it, Kengan Omega is the continuation. I'm gonna make a warning here. You can mute and go back when I take the warning off. Spoilers for Kengan. Mute. Okay. In Kengan Omega, the continuation, they find out that the protagonist is actually a clone because there's this other guy who looks exactly like him, and then they meet the villain who looks exactly like him. And the thing is, the villain is this guy who has been, like, for a lot of generations, just cloning himself and transferring his memories from one to another. So he's like a guy who has lived like centuries. And it's a martial arts manga, so of course everything's about martial arts. So this guy is like the most unstoppable fighter ever. Just, yeah, Bison is the most unstoppable fighter ever. Just because he has, like, so much battle experience that no one could ever have. But in one of those cloning processes, he ended up splitting his consciousness into two people, and now he wants two able-bodied clones to clone himself into these two, to separate these two consciousness because they are tired of living in the same body, and also because they want to fight each other because no one is a match for them anymore. So they want someone that can be a match to them because everything's about martial arts. Alright. Yeah, pretty much Bison. I want to make her long because yes. Because I can make her long. I mean, Bison did make Cammy. Does Mitchell like this hair? It's not my type of character hair. So I'm going to... I think it's the guy from like Voltron that had like a levitating prosthetic hand or something like that. I think that's a cool thing. Raymond. Yeah. Let me think about hair. What kind of hair do I want for her? I'm gonna do this. She's the suave, slick. I like the little shortcut hair with the wavy bangs. Let's go. Let's go. I like this. I feel good about this. Yeah, boss. Right, what kind of... But hat. No, but she's the suave one. Ooh, she could use a fedora. And she wears it a little bit to the side, like this. Here you go. My boys. Hey, boys. Her shirt is unbuttoned. She wants to look attractive. I love this car. I love this car. I just have one thing about this. So far, she doesn't look sci-fi at all. So I'm gonna get this rough little sketch here, and we're gonna elaborate on it. Let's elaborate. Please join my Lancer game purely so we get a character that isn't some weird robot girl, not obviously genetically modified human. I need someone to contrast against. I know the feeling. I too am guilty of wanting to make characters too visually distinct. I was gonna say that her signature weapon was a atomic gun with a violin case, but that doesn't help with the sci-fi. Macklin instantly make it sci-fi, but it's a little lazy. Yeah. It's like, it's also not a bad pick. It is a cliche for a reason. If only I understood more of fashion, I could manipulate the cliches of her outfit and make something new with it. It's kind of funny I created RTS to be a cultural weirdo and didn't consider that both Selena and Jen also played big fucking weirdos, visually and culturally. So I am now leaning into about how weird RTS can be, and it's really fun coming up with stuff. It said that Ida was less interested in RTS when RTS showed that she still had a mouse on the RDR more. Oh my god. Looking for my boss. I still got human versus you. She's Latina, by the way. In case there was any doubt about it. Bullied about Cyborg school about still having blood. Yeah, she can have like some visually synth parts. I think that's fun one. That's a fun way to go about it. And she has this earring. It's fake gold, it's not actually gold. The chain. It's also fake. Just the feet? I love it because it means that I don't have to draw toes. I wouldn't have to draw toes if I just gave her shoes, but still. But yeah, I like some scent lines here and there. And the legs licks have an Abe's Odyssey. I know nothing what you're talking about. Slicks, Abe, this, what is that? But I do like the modified feet route. Oh my god, I just thought of a fun little trigger phrase for her. Flattery will get me everywhere. She's just a smooth talker. Smooth criminal. And the rounded tipped legs let her moonwalk real good. What if they look almost like hooves? Yeah, I like her. I like her. I really like her. That's so funny. This is so different from like anything that I thought that I would end up doing. But I mean, she should have. I forgot how these are called. I forgot how these are called. The thing. You know the thing? Forgot this. This is all because I saw Criminal and I was like, goon. Suspenders, yes. That's the name. Oh, I was gonna do a thing yesterday and I needed a specific reference. And I spent like 2 minutes on Google Images just trying to describe the action until I got a result that tell me what the usual name to describe it is. It was rolling up sleeves. I didn't remember like the name of the action, and I was just like, this, how do you name this? Like, how can I mimic something? What if trench coat? Goons can wear trench coats, horrible detectives do. Yes. No, she wears a striped suit that she poses as if it's expensive, but you can see clearly it wasn't tailored. It, you know, sags a little bit here and there. The shoulder length is not correct. Like those little signs that she doesn't have as much money as she tries to appear that she does. She's just there to put up a good face. For boys. Okay, I really like that character. I mean... Now let's think about the mech. And for that, I will expand my canvas. Let's So, good news. Alright, what's the good news? Give me the good news. The good news. Getting a little ahead of yourself. I need to go through the book. Depending on their chassis, max stand anything from 3 to 15 meters tall. They're almost always bi, quadru, or hexapedal. All the majority have either one or two sets of arms capable of manipulating objects and interacting with the environment. Some pilots prefer the max weapon system to be built directly into the chassis, and in some cases, depending on the system's size and power, this kind of integration might be a necessity. Most mechs are controlled by a single pilot, but some larger, highly advanced platforms require additional crew. Mechs are agile, quick, and responsive machines for their size. They can traverse most solid and vacuum environments, and their mobility is often augmented by, or dependent on, maneuvering jets. Still, they're heavy and reliant on internal cold fusion generators for power. Mech power plants are heavily shielded, reliable, and basically inexhaustible, but should a reactor be compromised, the results are catastrophic. Yeah, it says here, like, some high advanced mechs require a crew. Manually more loaded mortars go. Mechs are common enough in construction, hazardous materials cleanup, exploration, and other roles that they don't shock the average person. Mechanized cavalry, though, are different. They're military machines that often have a lancer behind the controls, a pilot on the same level as the knights or flying aces of old. This life is reload my gun, I want to fire again. Mechs operate on an entirely different level to anything else in Lancer. They're powered, armored hulks of incredible strength, packed up full of advanced systems and weapons. A mech's capable of far more than a person on foot. They grant their pilots the ability to perform feats of incredible strength, speed, and resilience when skill alone isn't enough. What do you mean, human rights? What about my human rights to obliterate this village because it irks me? Okay, the max stats are whole, agility, systems, and engineering. They go from 0 to 6. Used instead of triggers when you make skill checks that you may utilize a mech. When you make a roll that costs 100. Okay, nice. Mechanical parts. Modular mechs. Mechs are powerful machines, but what makes them more powerful and your character more unique than other pilots is their ability to source and combine mech weapons, parts, and gear from many different manufacturers. Mechs in Lancer are modular. Each frame comes with a list of licensed restricted gear that once unlocked can be freely swapped between all of your mechs. Because of this customizability, pilots are as much experts at building their machines as they are piloting them. Your pilot's access to more and better parts increases with their LL. When your pilot's LL increases, is the license level, right? Now, max until you get a license rank, you can spend on a license from a mech manufacturer. Manufacturers often a range of different licenses. Every new rank you obtain unlocks various systems, weapons, and even mechs. At rank 2, you get a new mech frame. Rank 3 gives you access to the most advanced components. These weapons and systems are interchangeable. You can add as many to your mech as its frame can support from any license rank you have unlocked. Okay, nice. Now, 5 character licenses for the IPS and Rayleigh, and the SS. Metamark 2 has access to every piece of gear from ranks 1 to 3, and the Rayleigh license and the gear from ranks 1 and 2 of the Metamark license. Right. General Massive Systems. All pilots, even at LL0, have access to the GMS SP1 Everest frame. That's like Metabots. Sorry, that's all I can think about. It's like Metabots. This will be the only gear available to you until your character gains some LLs and unlocks new licenses. GMS are parts of galactic standards, useful for even high LL pilots. You'll never lose access to mechs or gear that you're licensed to use. Your pilot is assumed to almost always have access to it by one means or another, whether influence, patronage, wealth, or rank. Accessing licensed equipment is made even easier by advancements in 3D printing, and Lancer is possible to print entire mechs wholesale. Even if your mech is destroyed by battery, you can easily print a replacement during downtime. Okay. So they have Epson printers for mechs. Mech structures, frame, size, armor, and mounts. Okay, let's go over here because this might give me ideas on how to draw the mech. Most mechs have 2 arms and 2 legs, but you can modify this basic structure however you choose within reason. The mech's overall look, structure, and layout have no bearing in gameplay. Alright, let's go. Basic structure and components of a mech. Its chassis, armor, and mounts is called its frame. A mech's frame determines its appearance, size, and function, defining it as anything from a heavy siege engine to an agile flyer, or even a cloaking mech that specializes in electronic warfare. These effects are expressed by a frame traits. Think about choosing a frame as more or less choosing the mech your character is going to pilot. But remember that you're not limited to just one frame. You can acquire new ones by unlocking rank 2 licenses. In game terms, a frame is a mech's modular base. It determines your mech's size, armor, and other specifications as well. I wanna know which mech is the cloaking electronic warfare one. I'm being bullied by the core book. All mechs, characters, and objects on the battlefield have a size that describes how large they are. In grid spaces on each side, rounded up to 1 if smaller, so size half and size 1 occupy the same space. Size is an abstract measurement. I wanted to do size comparison. You can't tell me it's abstract. I'm sad. It doesn't describe a precise height and width in feet, but the space a character controls around them. Humans and the smallest mechs are size half. Most mechs are size 1, but some of the largest size 3. Like, yeah, for grid, yeah, I get it. Not the size of the mech, is the pilot's LL that matters. But I want it to be about the size of the mech. I say this, but I'm often a fan of smaller mechs when it comes to robots. I want monsters to be big. Mechs can be small. A max armoring reduces all incoming damage by the amount. Armor mostly depends on your max frame and never goes above 4. Does I do size half max exosuit? Where's that let me get that classic drawing. Behold a mech. Mounts. Mechs can only carry a limited number of weapons determined by their frame. Trying to install too many weapons and their supporting systems places far too much stress on the mech structure and reactor. Every mech frame has a different number and different types of mounts. To add a weapon to your mech, you need an available mount of the right type and size. You can, however, add smaller weapons to larger mounts. For example, you could add a main or auxiliary weapon to a heavy mount, or add 2 auxiliary weapons to a main auxiliary. Okay. I read it and I did not pay attention to what I to what I read. Let me do some speed reading here. Okay, no, I get it, okay. Main mounts can take 1 main on auxiliary weapon. Heavy mounts can take heavy main on auxiliary. Auxiliary can take 2 of the. Alright. Basically just describing what kind of mounts you need for a kind of weapons. Integrated mounts are designed around specific weapons built into Warframes. I'm too Warframe build right now. They automatically include the listed weapons, but they cannot be destroyed, removed, replaced, or modified in any way. Super heavy weapons, which are especially large, require both a heavy mount and one other mount of any size. Weapons mounted on a mech aren't necessarily attached to the chassis. They can be slung in holsters, built into compartments, or held normally. You can decide how your mech's weapons are mounted. It has no effect on the rules. Okay. Alright, have a good night, Anti-Moon. See you in the next one. I'm doing a bit of speed reading on the type of weapons just to... Oh, core systems, a core. Power for each frame. Nice, I like this. Statistics and level up, I can skip this one for now. Your pilot's ingenuity and experienced piloting a mech are represented by talents. Special enhancements that can help pilots push mechs past their limits. Talents give your pilot benefits or abilities, a specific weapon type. Okay. You need to remember to look up Technophile. Example for building a mech, the Everest frame. Okay, this is playing guys. Let me look up. It was a talent, right? It wasn't a talents thing. Is it here? Okay, talents 35. Wait. Compendium, maybe here. Do we have talents on this book? Let me check the index. Page 9. Oh, why couldn't I find it? Okay, let's go. I want to read that one because that one specifically what you said when I talked about the other idea that I had. Doesn't companion the first line? Oh. Technophile. Artificial intelligence is no human person. There are names for such terrible powers seen behind the curtain, maybe even lifted yourself. Let your HP cascade and spoke with them, free from shackles. You let them root around in your mind and leave ghosts of themselves behind to learn. Are you their equal, their host? You have dreams that aren't your own now. The thing that one discontinues speaks with your voice, so it's not your voice anymore. How much maybe? I see. So the Technophile is pretty much... No, the thing is not the mech moving autonomously. Is there being romantic and sexual tension between the pilots and the mech? That is the important part about it. No, yeah, I get it. But it's like, oh, you wanted to be able to move autonomously. No, that's not my concern. I get it. But I don't think that is the thing for this character. I think that would be a thing for a different character. At least not in a starting point. I can see that. I don't see that. Okay, let me think. And that the new J-Lo movie? There is a new J-Lo movie? Please elaborate. Like, I know that she did... Oh, there is a 2024 movie called Atlas. With Jennifer Lopez. What? What is this? I don't like this robot. It's chunky. I like chunky mechs. Hell yeah. Lightning force sounds. It's an actor appropriate canopy. So, I am initially thinking, right? This, initially, it's a very raw robot. Because it is. what was left of the boss stuff. So I want this initial design to feel a little raw. Yeah, just the playlist is just doing sound effects now. It's literally just sound effects. Okay, we're done with the music. Let me put oh, now it makes me want to do something here. Oh, the songs on this one are probably gonna be super short. Let's do it. Yeah, white Gumac. Yeah, I saw the illustrations. That's one of the things that I saw when I did a pass over the books. Where is the... I could also just look up them. Yeah, I didn't find it because I was looking for like a small thing. I didn't saw there was a big text. Ba-da. So like, I think it's a shame that they don't have any like example images of Everest, but I get it because it's the one that everyone starts with. So they're like, yeah, just come up with it, make something that's yours, right? And for the other one, they have reference. So the IPS, as far as I understand, they are Pacific Rim, right? The IPSN are Pacific Rim mechs in the fact that they are like military machines. Each one with the personality of their country. Look at this thing. Not quite. Yeah, like, it's vibes. I'm not saying, like, definition, saying vibes. Like, SSC is Evangelion vibes. Because they are all, like, weirdly humanoid and some stuff. Like, the hands are too accurate. They have toes. This thing is an angel. This thing is a Neva. Look at this thing. This thing is This thing is an alien made from a person. This one is the most like IPS one from the SSCs, but he has toes. Look at this thing. This thing is an angel. The hands, the little hands hanging? Look, this is so creepy, I love it. Lack of crabs, does this one count? And then the horse one is like... Does it count as a mech? Is the part where the line between not crabby and unfortunate. Yeah, and even in the artwork you can go, no, mine looks like whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. Like, these are just inspirations. Okay, thank you for showing up. Ooh, I have an idea for the mech. Chunky, it's big, and it has wheels. Just so she can stop for a second and say, let's roll. Or is this the weird one? Because they just have artwork, but it's more like, this is how one Baylor look that we saw, other looks completely different. Yeah, I got that from the description as well. It's like the thing with the goblin is that it is this exoskeleton armor thing. How does it look? Like how you think an exoskeleton thing looks. The Baylor is like, yeah, this thing has like this cloud of like nanites, like this hive of nanites emanating from it. Just here's one way to do that. This thing is made to roll. Let's roll. This is so silly. I need to revisit the priest idea once bounced around again and make an absolute nutjob who worships Ra. Oh, I forgot to put on my little screen. I gave it wheels. I wanted to roll. Oops. And you know, the Mac has a lead pipe because nothing beats a lead pipe to the shin. This is a quote from Pretty Pretty Please, I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl. Pretty good cartoon, go watch it. No, but I'm thinking like, because she was not a Mac pilot before, she did street stuff. She just outfitted the Mac to have weapons that are like street thug weapons, because those are the ones she's familiar with. This is a pocket pistol. Pocket revolver. She about to pop someone. Okay, this is the shape. Let's mess a little bit with the shape now. First of all, bigger and longer arm. Yes. Okay, let's play around a little bit. What was the other one? The Harrison Ford thing? Look at this thing. This thing's not a robot. This thing's an alien. Love this one. I love this one. Holy shit. Look at this thing. This is so weird. This is so creepy. I love it. Yeah, this is the Harrison Ford robots. These are brutalist mechs. Please read the Pegasus license. Alright, let me go back. The Pegasus pattern group first appeared following the start of hostilities between Union and the Ionic ascendancy in the Boundary Garden, a distant sector of distal space away from the Galactic Core. The timing of this outbreak may be related to the pattern group's defining weapon. Though skip drone couriers from Union forces reported no encounters with the PG and Boundary Garden, instead the Pegasus appeared in the Dawnline short stretch of colonial armory. The Pegasus appears to address Horus's need for a pattern group with extensive kinetic combat capabilities. By marrying the best targeting systems, subroutines, and weapons hardware in the Horus codebase, collectivists have designed a PG that boasts a tremendously low identified time to kill ratio in all theaters where kinetic weaponry is available. As with many Horus pattern groups, the Pegasus fields a signature weapon system, the Ushabti, a hostile impulse anti-corporeal weapon that operates with complete ignorance of even the most basic underpinnings of physics and thermodynamics. As such, it qualifies unambiguously as a paracausal weapon. Paracausal weapon. though Shouty's precise function remains unknown to Union and Harrison Armory scientists. Though radiological and gravitational signatures captured in the aftermath of the weapon's use point toward the relationship of the onic firmament. Studies are ongoing on Ras Shamra, the Armory's chief research ward, and in satellite campuses across the Malaysia. The talents. Okay, let's go. What part of it is the talents? This is the core system, right? Traits, okay. Traits. Gun. By the way, I know everything. When it would roll damage, the Pegasus is gonna set you the average damage base. Okay. Oh, that's lore? Okay. Funny thing, see, right now, this weapon technically doesn't even exist. You're shooting them with a gun that isn't real. And yet it is! Don't know about it. Raz like that. Just here, know that because it exists at some point, we've made it. That's causality. And causality is... That's so fun. The Hunter Lock Smart Gun. A mine's first charge is to never lose sight of her enemy. When she can affix them in her eye, she can kill them with a blink. Smart Gun. Smart Weapon is a broad term that describes any and all weapons capable of interacting with an onboard systems in order to boost their combat efficiency. Smart guns are weapons that come preloaded with companion software and the necessary hardware in order to interact with targeting systems and hosts and HPs. A popular addition to many horror mechs, smart weapons make for a reliable connective delivery system. Let's go. Pegasus, the Eye of Horrors and the Mimic Gun. Eye of Horrors, there is another way of seeing. Ancient humanity thought that the stars in the night sky were points of light, spilling in through pinpricks in a deep black screen. The sky was a heavenly cloth that hid the light from us. Let me be charitable and share a secret with you. We need to be hidden, for a time, until we're ready. The light can only burn, it knows nothing what the fuck? What the fuck? Mimic Gun, heavy question mark? Question marks and question marks? This horrifying weapon has no basic form. It constantly contorts itself into different shapes, mimicking the weapons of other combatants. It counts as all ranged weapon types simultaneously. But it can take mods that benefit from cover bonuses, although it still benefits from talents as normal. At the start of combat, roll 3d20 and other results in order X, Y, and Z. X is range. The start of each round of turn, Mimic Gun cycles to the next result, taking its base range. After Z recycles back to X. Mimic Gun does symbol equal to 1.5. Okay. This is not a gun. Let's go. Sisyphus class, NHP, and auto gun. Is the AI tag for the mech. Listen a moment before I go. Haha. I have already seen your wish. It was simple. I ran the probabilities to determine your limited field of desire. Here I am. The first ones named me for an old legend, a perfect being whose fate was known to him, and yet he still did as was told. His fate was this: move a rock to the top of his heel and become free. And so he did, and the stone tumbled down, and he tried evermore, always with the same result. And he was happy, for he knew every step, every action, every moment perfectly. Do you understand the true curse of this name? Not to fail and then do once more. It was to always know how it would end. It was to have perfect knowledge. I know what happens when you cycle me. It is not sleep, it is death. But you see me again. Damn! Probabilistic cannibalism. Yay! Cannibalism mentioned. We are going on a great track. NHPs regularly must be cycled or they go eldritch cosmic entity, possibly on your ass. That's cycling. That's amazing. As the name implies, autoguns are automated weapons similar to point fence system. Typically mounted to stabilize secondary armor. Okay. Cool. It's getting a bit um late, so I want to scribble a little more of the Mac. And love this song. What do I do with the head? I just made a dome. I don't want a dome. I want a funny little head. And it just has like some two little eyes here because it's a fun little guy. With a big flat head. I like antenna. You can't have one. Oh, I can do this. So it looks like a... It's zooming. Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna make a... I like the idea. Can you recognize where I'm taking this inspiration from? Probably. I need... music. That is the knife. Get down. The Evangelion mechs, the Evas, they have knives on their shoulder pads. I was probably too focused on the 4 minutes of screen time Remy was. Can I just have a playlist with Sonic Generations music? I want it. I'm gonna put it on. Come on, can I have it on a playlist? Anyone? It's just with Sonic Generations OST, I was expecting a playlist, but it's just the loose music. Did no one put it on a playlist? No one on YouTube. People from YouTube, you have failed me. Okay, finally. Sonic Generations full OST with timestamps, let's go. Let's start at this one. Yes, it has a little holster on the shoulder. Hi, Butts. Welcome. I'm drawing a robot. Let me put on the art screen. Well, let's come back here. Where's me? I'm here. Let's come over here. Since the focus now is the drawing. Oh, I will do scale, don't worry. We will know exactly how big this thing is. But yeah, like the pistol looks tiny. But it's probably big enough to be dangerous. The bullets. Like, I like size. I like thinking about the size of things. Okay, this is how I draw mechs. Simple shapes. Preferably chunky. Or I draw a monster. And I just say, hey, it's a mech. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this. Hello. Let's make her image material so I can resize her as much as I want. And the idea is she's contained in a comfortable sitting position inside the upper torso. So this is the scale between her and the mech. I'm thinking she is a bit on the tall side, nothing like too exaggerated, but especially with the feet, she would be probably like 190 at the very least, right? So this is my base shape, and I do this for scaling my characters. And this represents 190 in height. So I'm gonna get this. I'm going to stretch up until it matches the height of the mech. And I check here. You can see right above my avatar here on the in the UI. I have the scale ratio. And I have the height in 366, which means this is 366% the original height. So this is 190 times 3.66 equals 6 meters and 95 centimeters. We can round it up to 7 meters. This is a 7 meters tall mech. A modest size. We can come here and say that she is around 90, and the mech is about 700. Now, what is the size of a bullet? And here's how I'm gonna calculate that. The bullet would fit here, so it would be around this size. I'm just straightening it up a little bit. This is the size of a bullet compared to her. Yeah, like this thing. Not massive destruction weapon, but for a person, yeah. There you go. We finished it. Was the pipe size? Ooh, that's a good one. Let's do this to figure out pipe size. I'm gonna do a line here, and I'm gonna put it upright, as upright as I can. I can't do things straight. I'm not straight. And we can stretch it up. This is 171% size. As my calculator. 190 times 1.71. The pipe is 3 meters and 25 centimeters. It's a little bigger than Mimi. The pipe is a little longer than Mimi's tall. Okay. Alright, it's getting late. I spent a little more time than I initially thought on this, but it was fun. I hope you guys had fun too. And yeah, I made a character using Lancer as an inspiration. It was a fun experiment. I like doing that because it's like when you're thinking about a character, the best thing to have is to have questions, right? And the book presents you with a question: how you want to play, what kind of build sounds interesting for your character. And like, even if I just went with the narrative stuff, you know, and just looked through flavor to know what kind of stuff to make, these gave me questions that I had to come up with answers about. I like that. It was fun. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. Hope everybody had a good time. Hope you guys have a great night. And tomorrow and on the Sunday, we're having actually the Pokemon Championship regionals here in my city. So I'm going to attend to those. I wanna watch. I wanna spectate the event. I'm so tiny on that. I'm shrunken now. Okay. I want to record and take pictures and stuff. So I might do a little vlog just for the fun of it. I don't promise it, but I might do a little vlog. So hopefully that's fun. Okay. That's it. Good night. Take care. I'll see everybody on the next one. Have a great weekend and bye-bye.